In this video, we'll be learning a few gospel jazz chord voicings and substitutions that we can use within the song Holy Forever, and we'll be learning these chords in the key of F major. And by the way, I have a piano course available where I teach 20 gospel progressions, so if you're interested in improving your gospel playing, you could check that out in the link down below. So let's start off with the pre-chorus of the song. The basic chords go like this. We start on the 4, your name, 6, 5, 6, stands in 5, 4, and this progression repeats, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 5, and then it ends on the 2, and then it goes into the chorus, right? So a different way of playing this pre-chorus would be something like this. Now, what am I doing differently here? I start off on the 4, right? For the 4, we can either keep it simple with an add 2. And again, I always try to maintain the melody as my last note within the chord. Your name, right? In this case, D is the melody. Your name. Or we can play it as a major 9 chord. Your name is the highest. And I immediately went to the 2. In this case, the 2 is an easy substitution for the 4 because the 2 and the 4 have very similar notes within the chord, right? B flat has B flat and D, as well as G minor has B flat and D, okay? So we did your name is the highest, your name. Then we land on the 5. Right, I'm just playing an open voicing, a drop 2 voicing in my left hand, or C, G, and E. And then my right hand is playing a G and E. And I like including grace notes, sort of to emphasize the melody of the song. So and from here, what I did was play a 7, 3, 6, right? My next chord within the basic progression is a 6, so I included a 7, 3, 6 progression, and it sounds like this. Your name. Now, what are the voicings that I use for the 7, the 3, and the 6? To lead me into the 7, I played this, right? I went up chromatically to the 7. So D, D sharp, and then E. And I'm simply playing an E7 chord. From here, I'm going to the 3, which I'll start off as a suspended chord. This is an A9 sus4. And a simple way of thinking about this chord, right? It's simply a G major over an A. But I'm just adding or repeating extra notes, right? I'm doubling up on the D right here. I add an E, which is the 5th of A, right? If you think about it, this is an A sus4 chord. And then I add up another E up here. And this is, again, to maintain the melody. Then from here, I resolve the chord, right? Instead of leaving it suspended, I play sort of a resolution. We can either keep it like this, which is a G minor over A, or we can play it as an A7 flat 9. which is simply an A, the 5th, the minor 7th. Then we just go up by 3 half steps, 3 half steps, and 3 more half steps. So far we have your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name, and then we land on the 6th chord. Stands above, and usually we play a 5 and then back to the 4, but a good substitution for the 5 when it's functioning as a passing chord to the 4 would be the 1. So instead of playing a 5, we can play a 1 and then land on the 4. And this one, I'm voicing it as an F major 7 chord or an A minor over F, right, with the 5th. So your name and it repeats. And we end the second time around on the 2, which I'm playing as a G minor 11 chord. My voicing here is a G, D, and B flat, right? The 1, the 5, and the 3, the minor 3, and then I play the 4 or the 11th, the minor 7th, and again the minor 3rd. And then from here we go into the chorus of the song. Usually this chorus of the song plays the basic chords on the 4, and the angels cry, oh 6, 5, then a 3, holy, to the 6, lifted high, oh, and then a 5, holy 4, and then back to the 1. And a different way to play this would be so what am I doing in this case? It's very similar to the original. I'm just adding a few passing chords, a few substitutions here and there, right? One of the first things we can do is change the 1. So in the part that goes, and the angels cry, we can, since we know the destination, which is the next chord, is a 4, usually when we're playing from a 1 to the 4, we make it a dominant chord, right? Da, 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 da. But a way to maintain the melody while also playing a dominant 7th chord on the 1 is by playing this chord right here, which is an F7 13 or an F13. I'm basically playing a D minor, which is the 6 of F, over an F, and I add the dominant as well, okay? It's a sort of a cheat code to create this chord quickly, right? It's the 6 over the 1 with the dominant, okay? So we land on the 4, which is I'm voicing it as a B flat major 9, holy, and instead of going to the 5, I sort of create a pedal point. I stay on the 4 with my bass or my root, and I play the 5 on my right hand. So holy, and this creates a C7 sort of sound with the B flat or the 7th, the minor 7th on the bass note, okay? Now the next note here, the next chord is a 3. And we can play this in 2 different ways, right? But before we get there, a easy passing chord to the 3 would be a 7. Similar to what we did before in the pre-chorus, right? So, da 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 da, holy, you are lifted high, or all creations cry. Sorry, I'm messing up the lyrics of the song. So what I'm doing here is using a 7 as a passing chord to the 3, and then to maintain the melody of the note, I keep this G up here, and I formed this altered chord. It's an E7 sharp 9 sharp 5. If we break down the chord, it's an E dominant 7th, major 3rd. This is the sharp 5. Then we have the sharp 9 up here, and E would just be doubling up what we have down here. We can also double up the D down here, or play it in this manner, right? So a bunch of different ways. So holy, da 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 da. Now this 3 chord, again, I was saying there's 2 different ways of playing it. I've heard it being played as a minor 7th chord, or sort of as a 1/3 chord, which is an F over the A. And something interesting about this chord, it's a drop 2 voicing, right? We have this F major add 2. We take the A, which is the 2nd note from the top, and we drop it down an octave. You are lifted high. From here we go to the 2. It's a simple G minor 7. And something I heard actually from Cal Bailey, another YouTuber that teaches different piano sounds, different piano scales. He played holy. It's a very different type of sound, but it was very interesting the way it sounded, right? We played a 2. Then he went to the 1, and then the 4, and then the 5. So this 1 that we're playing is an F 9 sus 4. This voicing right here, we're simply taking the minor 7th, making it a major chord, and playing it over the root, which is the 1. But we're voicing it in this way. So go to the 4. And then finish on the 5. Holy forever. So what I'll do now is play the whole song without any interruptions, and I'll leave a link down below for the MIDI of this section of the video so that you guys can download it and transport it to different keys as well.